This is me driving a Ford Transit Supervan, or the Transit Supervan 3 to be precise, around my little test track, Pudsey Street Circuit in Leeds in Yorkshire. I did this quite a while back, and this, well, it's not a car, it's a van, actually holds the lap record here of all the things I've driven. But I think this van has a bit of a competitor. Yes, it is the Renault Espace F1, a very famous meme of a car. And they both have Formula 1 V10 engines that make around 740 horsepower, I think. So we're going to race them for 3 laps around Donington. This thing, an absolute bullet off the start. Look at that. As we pull straight ahead of the transit van. I did notice that the Espace seems to be a very good kind of round tight corners and in straights, whereas the Transit Supervan there, you can see, getting so much time through the kind of mid to high speed corners. It must have a lot more downforce, and it's a lot better on the brakes as well. So these cars are kind of evenly matched in, well, they're not cars, are they? The vans and MPVs, but they are quite evenly matched in terms of what they can do. Like say, one's very good round mid to high speed corners and on the brakes, and this thing's good in straight lines and around the slow corners. As we come into the straight here, we're looking in his mirror, the van's going to pull to the inside. Is he going to try make a move? He's going to try, but we just cut him off a little bit there, so we managed to hold on for the first lap as we come across the start finish line here at Donington National, one of my favourite race circuits. And as we can see in the straight, we're going to pull away. We lose a little bit of time on the brakes, as the van can brake a lot later than this thing. But this is the section really where we lose all this time. This thing's really kind of twitchy through here, so you've got to be careful, especially around that bit. And if you look in the mirror now, as we're on the brakes, the van just makes up so much time through that corner, and it's right on the back of us again. A little bit of a straight, kind of, so we can open it up a bit as we come round this corner now. Again, hard on the brakes, and look at the van is on us inside, so we go side by side round the right hander. But again, once we open up that engine, we can just about manage to pull his nose in front for the next corner and get ourselves set up down the back straight. And this is where we need to pull ahead as much time as possible, because for the rest of the lap that van's going to be catching and catching and catching. As we come into the final chicane then, as you can see in that braking zone, the van just gets so much time in us as we drift round the last corner there. So lap 3 of 3, the final one, coming into the braking zone for T1, and we get it just a little bit wide. The apex of the first corner, the curb there, unsettled the car, so it kind of messed that up a little bit. But here we go then, here's the van in the mirrors again, right on his tail through this section here, and then we can open it up here and get some time back. Alright, into this kind of left-hander, where we go hard on the brakes, trying not to lock them up. It does actually have ABS, does the Espace F1, which is quite funny, I thought. But here we go then, he's on his tail, as we come into this kind of last accelerating zone. The Espace getting very twitchy, and the van's quite close behind us as we come down the back straight. Is he going to make a move here? Pulls to the inside, dives up the inside, and just side by side, a bit of contact here and there as we come on to a drag race to the finish, and the Espace is just going to manage to pull ahead. That was a lot of fun. But if we look at the lap times, actually, the van was actually a little bit quicker in terms of overall lap time. So yeah, let's take it to Pudsey, the Espace, and let's see if it can break the van's lap record, which was a 1:28.8. So that's what we're looking to beat in this thing. As we come down the start-finish straight, braking where the green sign is into the roundabout. Kind of want to double apex this as we take the second apex. Get on the power, short shift up into second just so we don't spin the wheels, maximise the traction. As we come onto the B road here, it's very difficult with it's kind of off camber as we're braking just where the sign is. Bit of understeer, you hear the tyres scrub there, so that's maybe cost us a couple of tenths. And this is where it loses out to the van, because the van could take that pretty much flat. But here we are in the Asda section, round Asda 1. You got to slow right down for Asda 2, it's a really tight right-hander. As we accelerate out the Asda section now. And again, just a little bit of understeer round Petty Station, then again a little bit of understeer as the camber of the road just throws the car off a little bit. So we go past the petrol station, back onto the B road. Got to lift ever so slightly here, it just doesn't quite have enough downforce. As we brake just by the guardrail on the right hand side into junction. And there we go, junction, the first junction corner, tightens on the second one. And now we can really open it up and hopefully regain us time on the van as we come back to the start finish straight. We're looking for the yellow lines, that's where the finish line is. A 1 minute 28.8 to beat in this thing. As we look for the lines, let's see what we've done. And unfortunately it's a 1:30.4, so the van nearly 2 seconds quicker than this thing around Pudsey. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It was certainly a fun video to make. If you did enjoy it, you know which buttons to click. I'll see you all in the next video.